DreAllDay.com.
Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com, WorkOnYourGame.com. I told you I was going to do another video on this. I can do a million videos on this topic. We're talking about the philosophies behind creating success. Now, in the last video, I was talking about how only a small percentage of people are actually seriously ambitious, that they have a serious determination or desire to achieve anything. Most people are okay with getting to a level that some of you who are ambitious, what you would call okay, that's their level of contentment. They don't consider it okay. They just consider it like, I'm good. This is where I want to be and I'm fine with that. And you should not, I repeat, should not try to convince or badger another person to want more for themselves than they want for themselves. Your job is not to try to change people's minds. This is one of the biggest mistakes that even myself, I'm mature enough and I'm knowledgeable and wise enough now to understand this to where I can explain it to you. But in my younger days, there were times when I would come across somebody who didn't have the same ambition that I had, and I would try stupidly to try to convince them that they should have more ambition. Like, with the amount of talent and opportunity and skill and ability and resources, whatever that you have, whoever I'm talking to, you can aim for a lot more than what you have right now, or you can aim for more than what you're aiming for right now. You can do a lot more than what you're doing or what you're trying to do. Look, you can do this, and I'm trying to explain to them, I'm trying to logically get them to want more for themselves than they actually wanted for themselves. This is a bad idea. So if any of you has ever caught yourself doing this and it didn't work, all right, it's not because there's anything wrong with you. You don't need to get better at convincing people. All right, convincing people is a bad business to be in. I don't care what you're trying to convince people of. Never try to convince people of anything. The only job where you need to try to convince people of anything that is a good idea is if you're a lawyer. All right, lawyers do need to convince people of certain things because that's how you get paid. You convince the jury that somebody is guilty or innocent. That's it. Everybody else, you are not in the business of convincing. You are not in the business of changing minds. You are not in the business of trying to get people to be something that they are not. Okay, this is part of the philosophy of success. Because here's why. For the most part, generally speaking, most people become a certain type of individual by the end of puberty. Puberty for most human beings ends somewhere between ages 18 and 25. Most people become a certain type of individual by that point, and they pretty much stay that way for the rest of their lives. That's who they're going to be. Whoever they are at that point, that's who they are, and that's who they're going to be, and they're not going to be that much different. I mean, they change in that, they get older, maybe they go get married, they go have kids, maybe they switch jobs and all that stuff, that kind of change occurs. But other than that, most people don't really change that much. Most people are pretty much the exact same person. So the people who you knew when you were in high school, you go see them at the 10-year reunion or the 20-year reunion, they're pretty much going to be the same person. They just got older. They got a few more wrinkles on their face. They went and had kids. They got a couple different jobs. Maybe they're making a little bit more money, but they're still pretty much the same person inside. They have not changed fundamentally that much. College, exact same thing. Somebody you worked with 10 years ago, see them 10 years later, exact same thing. Your neighbors, you live in the same place 10 years, they're pretty much the exact same people. And you look in the mirror, I might be talking about you. You might be the exact same person too. There's only a small percentage of people out there who, again, these are two words that you just keep these two words in mind, and this will help you. This is basically a framework for you being able to identify what type of people are going to change and grow over the course of a lifetime. Here are the two keywords: conscious and intentional. Just keep those two words in mind: conscious and intentional. Because people who seriously grow in life, they grow because they are conscious, meaning they are thinking about, how do I grow? How do I get better? How do I improve? Or they say to themselves, I want to grow, I want to get better, I want to improve, but I don't really know what steps I need to take. And they are intentional in that they are looking for, how do I actually do this? Who has the information? Who can teach me? What books do I need to read? What courses do I need to take? What conferences do I need to go to? Where can I go where I can actually get this information from somebody who would have the information, or get the enlightenment from somebody who sees it, or someone can explain it to me who, I can't explain it to myself. I don't understand it, but somebody could show me. They're looking for it. They are thinking about it, and then they are intentionally trying to solve the problem. Okay? Understand, 98% of people are not doing both of these things. They're not thinking about it, and they're not trying to solve this issue of human beings getting to a certain point and not growing anymore. And many people don't even see it. So if I even back up, 98% of people are not looking for this or thinking about it because a big percentage of that 98% don't even think that this is a thing. They don't even think that it's a problem that needs to be solved. See, if you look at your own life, if you don't think you have a problem, then you don't need to solve it. It's like, I have a program where I teach people who are making 6 figures how they can construct and strategize their life and their business to where they can go from making 6 figures to making 7 figures. And if somebody's making 6 figures and they're happy making 6 figures, then my program is not even on their radar. Why? Because they don't think making 6 figures is a problem, right? Some people making 6 figures is a win. That's a success. But if you want to make $10 million a year, but right now you're at 6 figures, you're like 2 figures away from 10, is a problem that you're only at 6. You get what I'm saying? So understand that problems are relative. What I see as a problem may not be a problem for you. Right now, actually when I'm recording this, I decided to take this whole month off from running. Like, since I stopped playing ball, I like to run for exercise, and I like to do like 10K races. I've done marathons, half marathons. I've done a bunch of road races. Usually 10K is the race that I like to run. But I decided to take this whole month off because I just need to rest my legs, and then I'll be back for the fall season for races and stuff like that. Now, when I come back for running, right, in a month from now or 3 weeks from now, I'm not going to be able to run as fast for as long as I was before I took the time off. Why? Because I'm not conditioned. I'm not in that shape. So the first time that I run, I might do 6 miles, 7 miles, but I'm going to be running at like a 7:30 pace or a 7:45 per minute pace, which for me is slow. I'm used to running like a minute faster than that. I'm used to running like under 7 minutes per mile. That's like, when I'm doing that and I'm doing it every time, I know I'm in game shape. I'm ready to go. And then race day, I can go faster than that. But for not everybody, that's not a problem for everybody. For me, that's a problem. 7:45 is a problem for me. I'm like, I got to fix that. Let me get in shape. What I need to do next time I run, and the time after that, and the time after that, and I'm going to get back into the game shape that I want to be in. But for somebody else, running 7:45 is like, that's like on their bucket list, just to do it one time forever and they're good. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand that for most people, steady, continuous growth in life is not a goal. Therefore, if that's what you're trying to offer people, or you're trying to sell them on why they should do it because you're into it, they're not even hearing you, because you're speaking a completely different language. It's like you're speaking Chinese and they're speaking French, and neither of you is bilingual. All right, your point's not going to get across to them. So you need to understand this, that many people don't see the same things that you see as problems as problems. Your job as a persuader and as an influencer is to understand who sees a problem that your offer is a solution for. And if you don't know what problem your thing is solving for other people, then you're going to have a hard time finding your audience. The good news is, here's the good news for you, is that for every solution there is a problem. No matter what it is that you offer, whatever it is that you sell, whatever you talk about, or whatever you offer, whatever you put out to the world for people, there is somebody for whom what you're offering is a solution. But your job is not just to throw it out there and, like the shotgun approach, just put it out and hope that the people who need it find it. Your job is to figure out, for whom is this a solution, this thing that you're offering, and then why is it a problem for them? See, your job, this is the communication part. Okay, your job is to figure out, why is this a problem, and what exactly does your thing do to solve their problem? It's not just throwing it out, oh, it's going to solve the problem just because you put it out there. You got to figure out, how are they looking at it so that you know it's a problem. So to give you an example, let's say girls who be posting what they call, I don't know what they call it now, but the thirst trap pictures on Instagram and stuff like that, like the ass pictures, and they're just showing off their body. And sometimes when I go to the browse tab on Instagram, I see a girl's post on Instagram, and I look through their profile, and every single picture is they're just showing off their ass. It's just ass pictures every single time. What problem is that girl solving, and who are they solving it for? Because if it's 100,000 girls all doing the exact same thing, what's gonna make you stand out? right? How you gonna stand out? That's a big ocean. How you gonna stand out if everybody's offering the exact same thing? You got to figure out what problem are you solving and for whom are you solving it. You got to figure that out. I know people who sell different things. There are people who I know who sell teamwork. They sell motivation. They sell personal development. They sell all kinds of things. How to make money. How to sell your course. How to create coaching programs, etc., etc. The most important job that you have as a salesperson, and we're all salespeople on some level, is figuring out what exactly is the issue that your target audience has in their mind, not in your mind. And this is where you got to step out of yourself. This is where the maturity and the real communication skill comes in. And understand that communication is not just your ability to talk. Communication is also your ability to listen and your ability to see what's not being said and to hear what's not being said. See what's not being shown and hear what's not being said. This is all part of communication. Communication is a two-way street. What you give and also what you receive. Many people, when they think of communication, they're only thinking about how well they can talk. That's part of it, but that's not the whole picture. So your skill here is your ability to look at another person and figure out what problem do they believe that they have. Because if you're not speaking to the problem that they think they have, even though your solution could help them, if they don't think it's a problem, they're not going to take to it. So if I say to you, look, your problem is you're 20 pounds overweight. Your problem is you're not lifting weights enough and you're not doing enough cardio, but you don't think that's a problem. You think the problem is you're just eating too much. And I think the problem is you need to work out different and work out better and get a better strategy in the gym. But if you don't see the same thing that I'm seeing, you're not going to buy my solution because you think your problem is nutrition. You think you need a nutritionist or a diet coach. So if I want to sell to you, now if I want to prove myself right, I can just keep talking about what I'm talking about and you ain't going to buy. But if I want to make a sale to you, what should I sell you? I should sell you a solution to what you think the problem is. So I'll say, all right, here's how we fix your nutrition. We're going to do this, this, and this. Now you buy from me. Now I'm going to give you a nutrition plan, but guess what I'm also going to do? I'm also going to bring you to the gym and change the way that you work out. So this is what I've talked about this on my podcast, my masterclass, is that you had to develop the ability to sell people what they want, but give them what they need. Because often the people who you're trying to help don't even know what their real problem is. A lot of times people are getting the right answers to the wrong questions. This is why people feel like they're doing a whole lot of work, but they're not getting any better because they're asking themselves the wrong question. They don't even know what the actual problem is. They think that they're solving the problem, but what they're doing is solving a problem, but they're solving the wrong one. So see, if your problem is you're not working out the right way, but you think the problem is what you're eating, well, you can keep getting all the right diet plans, but if you keep doing the same garbage ass workouts, you're going to still be overweight and out of shape, right? So your job, this is communication, listening, observing, and communicate and speaking, sharing, is letting people understand that you understand where they're at, get on their level, and then once you get them to buy into that, then you can take them where they need to go. This is the skill of selling and communication. This is also part of the philosophy of success because you have to be able to meet people where they're at. You try to take people somewhere that they're not ready to go, they're going to reject you all day. And this is the mistake that a lot of people make in life. It's a mistake that I made as well. And that's why I can explain it, because I made this mistake. I know what it looks like. I know what it sounds like. I know what it feels like. That's why I'm in the position that I'm in now, to be able to explain this stuff. But I'm always learning, always observing, because I might think that I got it now, but then I got to learn something else and learn something else. And you know what? I ain't got that right. No, I didn't approach that the right way. Let me tweak this a little bit. It's an ongoing process. It's not a destination that you get to. It's something that you work on continuously. So with all that said, text me to get my daily motivation. Text message to your phone every day. My number is 305-384-6894. And go to workonyourgame.com/30, like Steph Curry's jersey number. And that's where you get access to my 30 Days to Discipline course. That is a 30-day course that will help you step up your productivity and your output. Those of you who want to get more done, you feel like you're not being as efficient as you could be in your life, I understand it, and there's reasons why. That's why I created this course. It's a 30-day course where I'm going to help you step up your productivity, stop leaving things undone, and get more things completed when they need to be completed on time, not late. And over here, early is on time is late, and late is forgotten. So go to workonyourgame.com/30. You get access to my 30 Days of Discipline course. Work on your game. Dre all day.